Hey, what's going on everybody? Shmoop here, back at it again. I am sorry it has taken this long. Let's get into the video. So, we're using Dawnblade. Here is all of the aspects, fragments, and abilities. If you want to pause at any moment, go ahead and feel free. Sorry if I'm sounding a little under the weather. I caught the big C and have had some severe job-related and financial problems. We are using the scatter signal for our primary energy. Our actual primary is the Sunshot because this is the season of solar. Apex Predator, again, amazing. All of these weapons are extremely easy to acquire. Here is the artifact and the mods that I chose to go with. You can get the Sunshot from the vendor in the tower. Scatter Signal is the amazing fusion from this season, and Apex you can get from farming the things out with Marasov to get the tokens. There is a quick rundown on the mods that I am using on my armor and the exotic armor piece of choice. And let's just go ahead and get into it. Oh, and one last note. I am going to be using Eager Edge here. Just for some mobility. You don't have to, but it speeds it up a little bit. It is helpful. But don't feel like you have to do it. I'm going to let the entire run of Whisper go through on this one. And then when I do one for Titan and Hunter, I'm just going to cut to like the main parts to see how it goes. But this way, the first video is showcasing like the entire mission. You can shoot that box right there. It'll give you a few small platforms, but you really don't need it, especially if you're on Warlock. Killing this guy 2 bursts down, and then you just go burn down this little artifact or taken blight, and you can go through. I should have had Whisper, or not Whisper, but the Eager Edge sword equipped from the beginning for more ammo, but it is what it is. You have plenty. You only need to use it like 3 times. If you're using it, that is. Sorry, like I said, my voice is still very messed up. My throat is still messed up. I have an inhaler now from the big C. I had about 2 months of going through 3 different jobs, and they were working me 6 days a week, almost 60 hours. The one wasn't paying me for everything, so I had to leave there because I was working without getting paid and taking long breaks that I didn't want to. And then I was driving over an hour to and from work to my next job because I got promised a lot and that fell through. I got a new job now that much more free time so I can get back into these videos, and it worked out for a good time. This is why I'm using the jump I'm using on Warlock, by the way, because that glide, very easy to get around the corner. But yeah, I've been breeding Neocardinia shrimp, and while I got sick, that fell behind, but I did finally get them to breed, so that's exciting. Another little, I want to call it side business, hustle, whatever you want to call it. I just enjoy aquariums and plants. But yeah, that's what's been going on in my life. I'm really sorry that it's been like this long since I made a video. I had so many videos I want to make, but literally just, for example, with the big C, I was laid up in my bed for 6 days, and then it took me over a week after that to be able to get enough energy to be able to like actually focus and even play for a bit of time. You can shoot that platform if you want to be able to go across and do this the right way, but with Warlock and the jump that we have, it's real easy to skip the whole thing and just go right here. Sorry, I'm trying to mix in like personal stuff and like the gameplay, just kind of keep like the vibe going the whole way through. Still a bit hard to talk for me. I still need my inhaler, but I am doing my best here, guys. I'm sorry. Alright, back to it. It's always best to test this jump if you're going for flawless, and then go around. That little thing sticking out there, I've been working on the Hunter video already. That plate right there is your worst nightmare as a Hunter. Just saying. Aside from that, it's not too bad. The timer isn't terrible. There's a few different triumphs you can go for while doing this. And right here is why I like Eager Edge. Ready? Boom. If you're going for flawless, saves you incredibly. I don't know why I got stuck there. I shouldn't have, but it is what it is. Going through here, there's a few enemies that spawn and like snipe at you. But if you skip all the way to this area like I just did there, I was going to go through, but playing it safe, just to show you guys you don't have to. He doesn't do much. The only one that's a problem is the one that spawns out to the left there. And I booped him off there. It doesn't always happen, but it takes like 1 or 2 shots a sunshot and he's dead. Jump for this when it's going down and you'll make it, but if you miss it, you can land on the edge and be perfectly fine. Just wanted to showcase that as well. Down here, we're getting to where the night spawns all the way at the end. Just go for the very far back, topmost right one. Just top right all the way back. You'll make it in time. You just jump straight up and in. I always guard with a sword if you're trying to go for flawless. I've died twice to that landing, even though it's not that far. But this run I didn't go for flawless. I went for summoning all 3 of the mini bosses at the end and killing them. You could probably do both in one, but the timer isn't terrible, so I wasn't really worried about it. I'll just go back through. It takes like 20 minutes on an average run. You can make that faster and do it in probably like 10 if you were really optimizing it, but again, I'm not trying to do that right now. This is just for like the average player who struggles with some solo content, and you can get all 3 of the weapons I have easily this season. 1 Cypher for Sunshot, do the objectives for Marasov, and you can get the Apex craftable very easily, and then the seasonal like objective, no, not objective, the seasonal activity will very easily award you Scatter Signal. So all 3 weapons that I'm using right now are exceedingly easy and very capable of doing the job. I'm a bit rusty from not playing for 2 months, but it's still amazingly easy. Like, this is kind of what I've been thinking about doing on my Titan as well, because Solar on Titan is amazing. Yeah, just going through and getting things done. You have to clear all the ads here. I also clear all the blights. I don't know why, but I do. So no explanation, I just do. You can stand on top of the blight and it doesn't do any damage to you, but these in here are very different blights. They do small amounts of damage, and you can burn your super in this first room very safely. As you can see, like, there's no big targets. There's bigger targets in the next room, being Orange Bar Knights, but Sunshot turns them into nothing pretty quick. So I like using it here just because there's more ads here and they can kind of like overwhelm you pretty quickly. So it's easy just to burn it and get it done with. I will suggest if you see any ammo laying around you, go ahead and grab it. There is a flag in the final room, but it just makes your transition to the final easier. So that booper will push you in. Those 2 vandals right there will cause you a lot of trouble, and there is a captain to the right and the left. The right one always comes for you first if you step in, because he thinks that he's going to come up from behind you, and then there's the one behind that pillar right there. But you can stun lock him with Sunshot. It's not hard at all. Just make sure you're landing your shots and they kind of won't do anything to you. There's no booper there to push you in, so here you can kind of just, there's 3 knights in close proximity, 1 to the left there, the one I'm currently shooting, and in that little opening to the left of the screen there's a knight on the other side of that, and then there's a bunch of the sniper hobgoblins that have the 3 taken projectiles that come for you when you shoot them in the back. Realistically, just choose a target, play it safe, poke from a corner if you're going from flawless. Again, deaths in here don't matter all that much. I mean, they put you back a little on time, and if you die too many times, it'll probably run you out of time if you're going slow at this, but it's pretty safe as far as that's concerned. It's more along the lines of just being able to kill the ads than it is staying alive. But I will say you do need some kind of protection, and that's why I'm using the healing grenade, just for those odd moments, even though later I fail using it twice. But again, 2 months out, what do you expect? Little rusty. And again, with these guys, as you can see, if you can land your shots, they go down really quickly. I am very bad at this game from taking such a long break. The last little guy up here, which I almost failed to jump on, but it's alright. Sorry, people come in at the weirdest time. Anyway, yeah, you know, if you're liking this, please go ahead and hit like the like, comment, subscribe, you know, let me know what I could be doing better. I missed out on a lot. Let me know what I need to keep up on. If there's anything you want to see, let me know. I'm getting back into it now, so things should be going pretty regularly. Just, I feel bad that I've been away from y'all for so long. There's so much that I feel like I missed out on helping y'all with. So just, you know, let me know what's up with that. Yeah, so those 3 guys will spawn on you. That's why I grabbed the rocket launcher. I thought I would one-shot them, but it really didn't, and I haven't been able to unless you get like a perfect shot on them. So maybe Sunshot's the better call there. Go ahead and take out all the little guys, take out the snipers, and then you're ready to shoot out the middle and get on to the final encounter. I mean, it's 2 boss encounters in one, but real easy. Honestly, there's some cheese to it, which you're going to be seeing here, and it's not like hardcore cheese. It's just like there's safe spots to use, and I definitely recommend them. So there's a cave to the left there that I ignore for this first spot because these ads are just going to be here. Go ahead and burn your super. You're going to put a flag down as soon as they die. So it doesn't matter if you use your super here, your grenades, your heavy ammo, whatever. Just kill them. I'm kind of just doing whatever with them here. I mean, Sunshot probably would have taken them all down faster, but, you know, is what it is. And the last guy hiding way over there, and he'll see, like, you land your crits, you can burn them down pretty quickly. Alright, and there's the flag, right in the middle, easy to go. So you can do these guys one at a time. It'll make it significantly easier and less ads will spawn. But I wanted to get the triumph for doing all 3 at once. And you'll see that it spawns an army of ads. I didn't know it would spawn all the little ads at once, so I kind of wasn't prepared for that. Never did this before. And I was like, oh, okay. And I went to throw a healing grenade and I died on that. So if you are going to try and do this while doing the flawless run all in one, I would 100% suggest just immediately going to the cave and working your way out from there. It's only got 2 ways in. The bosses don't come in there, except for like the knight can sometimes be very aggro, but I've only had that happen once now in like 10-15 runs because I've just been doing this back and back just to try and make it look a little better because I am rusty. But yeah, you just see right here, this cave, just this opening. Whenever they throw anything, you can just hide around the corner, peek, shoot, come back, heal, peek, shoot, and farm all the little ads for your super. And then once you get there, you can easily burn down the big guys. I mean, feel free, honestly, to burn some of your ammo on them here too, because later on for the final boss, there's infinite ads that spawn as long as you keep like the blights up. So you'll always have a stream of ads to farm your super and ammo for. So it's almost completely free as long as you don't destroy all the blights in the final encounter, which is kind of counterintuitive because it leaves stuff on the ground that damages you, but it works out because you can do the whole thing from this cave. And I'm going to leave the whole thing in just so y'all can see the pacing. It's really relaxed. You just kind of sit back and do this until you win. And honestly, anybody, and I mean anybody of any skill level, can do this solo flawless. They can get the triumph for taking down all 3. This build will carry you through it all, and you don't have to switch off. You don't even need the eager edge. Honestly, you could do it slower because I wind up with plenty of time on the clock, but I did it just to make sure if I really messed up somewhere I could do it. But yeah, I'm just going to let the rest of this play out, and then I will see you for the final boss. Alright, and here we go on the final boss. I was stupid and forgot that he has an immunity shield there, but it's perfectly fine and I die because of it here. Again, if you're going to start this out, just go right in the cave. It's the easiest thing. He has a wizard on each side, which this whole time I've been killing with scatter signal. And don't get me wrong, it burns them down very quickly. But in this run here, I found out just like how ridiculously fast it is for Sunshot to tear down these wizards' health bars and remove them from the game. So you're going to see both here and you can be the judge of it, but it's like, that's what scatter signal does right here. I was like, yeah, okay, that's pretty great. And then when I go to take care of the one on the other side over there, you'll see it's just ridiculous. And the whole time, if you play around this cave, like the boss is still focusing the other hallway entrance because he thinks that's where I am. I got annoyed with that captain, so I killed him, and I really shouldn't have wasted the time. You don't need to. But I go back in here, heal up, and then I know there's another captain around the corner. Yep. And now the other important part is, at some point in your traversal, if you're on Warlock, you do want to use the Icarus dash because it'll kind of like outpace his eye and you won't get pinned to a wall. So there's that, and then I realized, just look at that health bar. Like, that was so much faster. And then his health bar opens up. Once you get him to halfway, both the wizards spawn again. And I'm going to let this play out and get back to you when that happens, because that's when the ads become like more apparent in an actual thing. See the taken pools right there? Those get worse when you leave the blights up. But as long as you leave them up, some of these thralls will spawn in. But if you leave the blights up, you'll get even more, and it's going to sound overwhelming, but they drop ammo, they give you super energy, so it's like you can really abuse this and sit back here, you know, when you don't have any, just kind of tickle away at the boss, do some damage, wear down that health bar. But if you're really struggling, you can sit in here, farm ammo, farm everything you need, get your super, go out, do a ton of damage and burst to the boss, and then come back in here and wait. And it's so safe. It's not anything that you're going to struggle with. It just works. I'm waiting until I only need like one more shot and he'll be down. Come on. The only thing is they do keep bum rushing you for a while, so it does get a little annoying, but it's not terrible. Alright, there we go. Now, you see all the blights I'm talking about? They're everywhere. They also partially shield you from the boss. So it's kind of like a win-win. See, look at that. So much faster than Scatter. Just use Sunshot for everything. But, yeah, it kind of helps out with everything if you leave the blights up. I know that it kind of sounds counterintuitive, but it really does help you out. And again, Icarus Dash, extremely helpful. And this wizard here is the problem one, because if you shoot it but don't like stun lock it, it'll fly away from you, and then you have to jump up to get that because it just doesn't want to come back out. It will if the shields come all the way up, but it takes forever. So I jumped up there and then popped my super, and he only has less than a half health, and it's enough to kill him with my super in one rocket. But again, it's no problem for anybody of any skill level. If you have any questions, or like you're confused on something, or you're not sure what you're supposed to do in one point or another, leave it down in the comments and I'll literally make like a short little video just so you can see what to do in that scenario, or I'll do my best. But aside from that, thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm glad to be back, and until next time, peace.